Hey everyone, and welcome to day 15 of my horror movie review marathon, and I've got your Annabelle Comes Home movie review. The Annabelle doll is back and about to terrorize the Warren family again. Is the Conjuring franchise still going strong? So as far as the story goes, this movie appears to be set sometime after the first couple of Conjuring movies, because I noticed something that would make sense as to why it would be after the first Conjuring movie at least. And though it's never disclosed what part of the timeline it's in, I still think it's crazy that they even decided to make yet another one of these movies and continue to milk the franchise for what it is. You have Ed and Lorraine Warren, who are going away on some other job. Something had come up where they are leaving their daughter home alone with a babysitter. As soon as someone ends up messing with the Annabelle doll, which is kind of expected, hence why all of these crazy things start to go bump in the night, I do feel like a lot of these scare tactics have been done to death. And yet it still draws me in wanting to see more, because I was a fan of the first Conjuring movie and at least Annabelle Creation and maybe The Nun, but those were pretty much my favorites of the bunch so far. I feel the plot was paced very slowly and I was left feeling slightly unsatisfied as I tried to comprehend everything that was going on, because it seemed to be things were happening to these people in this house and I didn't know if it had any relation to any of the other previous movies. It just didn't make sense to me. As far as the casting goes, you've got Vera Farmiga and Patrick Wilson, who return as Ed and Lorraine Warren after they had picked up the Annabelle doll to place it in their home in that famed glass case. I kind of wish that I saw more of them here in this movie, but I guess you have to leave it to the younger generation to carry on the film, which leaves me to say McKenna Grace, who plays their daughter Judy, is quite talented in this movie and believable at times when it comes to her reactions to things that are coming after her. I really felt like she was able to hold her own in this movie, so I liked that. It was kind of a surprise to me. With that, Madison Eisman, who I just recently saw in Goosebumps 2, was probably better in this movie, especially playing the babysitter here, as well as Katie Sarais, who had some good scenes that were worthy of being slightly sympathetic for her, but maybe not the whole time. So the things that I liked about this movie was that it was suspenseful. I mean, most of the time when I was watching this movie, I sounded like Brenda from the first Scary Movie, talking through the potentially jump scare scenes, and I knew some of them were coming because I remember from the trailer bits and pieces of it, but I thought some of them were well crafted. Like, I actually might have panicked at one point. But unfortunately, the things that I didn't really like about this movie was that there were some unexplainably weird antagonists that were showing up in this movie. Now, I would like to see them sort of delve more into that if they're going to make more Conjuring movies, but if not, they weren't really, like, it just didn't really make sense half the time. And the typical horror that I've seen overused in movies nowadays makes this one really lose its charm. And like I said, they really have been milking the Conjuring franchise for a while now, and I think it has to do with the changing of directors. Anybody who's not James Wan directing really, I feel like, doesn't know how to make these movies all look consistent, especially towards the end, which felt rushed. So overall, I would say that I was kind of disappointed in this movie. Like I said, I've had my favorites of the Conjuring movie franchise, so I know which ones I'm going to end up watching more in my life. So I'm kind of on the fence about recommending it to you guys, but if you like scary movies, I mean, you might get scared by this, so you might want to check it out. So I would give this 3 hearts on the heart rate scale. So let me know in the comments what you guys thought of Annabelle Comes Home, and come back tomorrow for day 16 of my horror movie review marathon. And as always, you guys can subscribe to my channel. I've got more movie reviews, movie updates. Come back every week for a Chill Thursday video. You guys can also like me on Facebook and follow me on Twitter. And I'll see you guys later.